Connor was usually a happy-go-lucky man, but this particular day he was stumbling along with a face like a wet weekend. He looked totally miserable. Then he tripped and he fell over and he broke his fall, but as he fell he felt something wriggle under his hand and he grabbed it automatically. And when he looked, it was the leprechaun. And the leprechaun said to him, "Well, Connor, you've caught me to rights, but what on earth's wrong with you, Connor? You're normally a happy guy and you look really miserable." Connor said, "You'd look miserable if you'd had the day I've had." And the leprechaun said, "Well, tell me about it." All this while Connor's holding him. And Connor said, "Well, you know Siobhan?" And the leprechaun said, "Oh yes, I know Siobhan. Beautiful girl." And Connor said, "Exactly. I love her and I want to marry her. But of course her dad loves her too, her old fella, and I asked him last year for her hand in marriage. He wants to make sure she gets the right man. So he said if I could come back within a year and a day with a quid in my hand, if I could save up, I would prove that I was a good earner and I could marry her. I'm a day early and I saved up a quid. I am a good earner. I saved a quid." When I went to see him, there was a market on in the village, and I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll get some nice things for Siobhan. Bought her a couple of green ribbons, a little silk purse, and a beautiful silver ring. And I still had a couple of bob left. So I went and saw her dad, and I said, "Look, I've saved up. I've saved a quid. So I'd like to marry Siobhan." And he said, "But you haven't saved a quid." I said, I have. But I spent some by these ribbons and the ring and the purse." He said, "Yeah, but a shilling spent is not a shilling saved. All you come to me with is 2 bob, not a pound. If you don't come back tomorrow with at least a quid, you can't marry Siobhan. You're a spendthrift. You've just blown all that money." And he wouldn't understand that I had saved a pound, but I'd bought stuff for Siobhan. And the leprechaun said, "Yeah, I've got a bit of a problem there." "Oh, well, anyway, back to business. Now, you've caught me. You've caught me, Connor. So what are we going to do? I either have to give you my crock of gold or trick you out of it." Connor said, "Well, actually, you can help me. I don't need your crock of gold. If you could see your way clear to giving me a quid, actually, even 18 shillings would do, I'd be ever so grateful." And the leprechaun said, "Connor, you know that's not how it works. I either have to give up my crock of gold, give you all of that, or trick you out of it. Those are the rules. We have to work with the rules." And Connor said, "But I don't need your crock of gold. I don't want to rob you of your crock of gold, but okay, at least that way I'll be able to marry Siobhan, so I'm sorry, but yes, I'll have the crock of gold." The leprechaun says, "Right, let's go then, follow me." And they walk away and they come to a wheat field. And the leprechaun points at one stalk of wheat and says, "Right, my crock of gold is buried under that wheat." And Connor says, "Are you not going to give me your crock of gold? What good is it to me buried?" And the leprechaun said, "Your arm's not working. Your leg's not working. You can dig it up." Connor said, "But I haven't got a shovel." And the leprechaun said, "But you can get one." And then Connor thought about it and said, "The thing is, if I go to get a shovel, how will I know which stalk of wheat it should be?" And the leprechaun said, "Well, it's that one there." And Connor said, "Yeah, but you might move your crock of gold." The leprechaun said, "No, I promise you I won't move it. It'll be under that one there." And Connor said, "There's a whole field of wheat. I won't know which one it is." The leprechaun smiled and he said, "I've an idea for you, Connor. Why don't you put your 2 bob in the silk purse and tie it onto that bit of wheat with one of the ribbons?" And Connor thought about it and said, "And what's to stop you moving it?" He said, "I've told you I won't move my crock of gold." He said, "No, the ribbon and everything." And the leprechaun said, "Right, I promise you, I won't move my gold or let anyone else move it. And I won't move the ribbon, the 2 bob and the purse or let anyone else move it. How will that be?" And Connor thought about it and said, "Yeah, I think that'll do. You can't be fairer than that." And away he went and got a spade. And he came back, and lo and behold, every stalk of wheat in the field had a silk purse with 2 bob bit in it, tied on with a green ribbon. The leprechaun laughed and said, "I think you'll find I've tricked you, Connor. No, I haven't moved anything. I haven't moved your stuff away. I haven't moved the crock of gold away. But I think you'll find I've tricked you." And Connor thought, "Well, if you've done it with fairy magic, what I can do is just wait till the morning, and then the one that's left, that'll be mine, and that'll be the crock of gold." And the leprechaun laughed and said, "No, it's not like that. Every one of those ribbons, every one of those purses and every 2-bob bit is as real as the one you put there initially. They're all real, and they'll all last as long as anything will. And so Connor said, right, it does seem you've tricked me out of your crock of gold, but is it all right if I gather up all the ribbons and all the purses and all the 2-bob bits? And the Leprechaun said, of course you can. And that's what Connor did. And he went back the next day to see Siobhan's father, and he was a rich man. That's the end of my story.